Hello everyone, in today's video we'll be starting a complete new series that we will be naming Messed Up Situations. Unfortunately, the first car that we will be having on this series will be my car, and this kind of sucks because everything we will be doing in this series is about laughing on the car, on how much of a messed up situation it is, and eventually fixing it. Right now I'm in my garage inside. Outside we have a ton of wind noise, but I have a microphone. I just bought it, so that's an upgrade for the channel. Let's wish that it will be a good one. It will be something we'll be using on the videos, going outside for the races and everything. I see that the phone is not capturing the audio perfectly, even though the quality is pretty good even in the front-facing camera as I'm using now. Without further ado, let's go outside and check what we have and what the messed up situation is. I have my two jack stands here, my long tubes, very good friends of mine because I cannot really open many things without those. I don't know, I'm weak or something. I have the car secure so it won't go back or anything, and we shall be ready to raise the car. I'll show you exactly what the problem is. I will be showing you a video right now with the noise. So yeah, that's a pretty messed up situation, you can call it yourself. We'll be taking the wheel off, inspecting, and most likely, I already know what it is. It shall be the rotor, the disc rotor, and the brake pads, but let's first inspect it, and if that's true, we'll be swapping discs or repairing it with, you know, straightening tools or whatever, and swapping most likely brake pads on both sides of the rear. So we are done with the first stage to secure everything with the car, untighten the lug nuts and raise the car on the jack stands. Of course, give it a couple shakes to make sure that's everything safe, even though we won't be getting underneath the car, but still you don't want your car to be falling to the ground. So yeah, give it a couple nice shakes. Now we will be taking the wheel off and checking what's wrong with the brake rotor on the left side, but we will be inspecting the right side as well. Why not? With the problem being crystal clear from the beginning of this video and having a rubbed disc rotor on the left side of the car, we will be having to remove it and then send it, as I said, to the machine shop, get it straight again, and in the same time we will be replacing both sides with the brake pads. I got those Rotor, never tried them before. I don't know if they're good, but you know, I don't need anything crazy. I don't track the car yet, I just need the car to stop. So even Japan parts or cheaper brake pads are pretty much okay, as soon as they're pretty much OEM, and some of them even claim to be better than OEM. They call it OEM plus, something like that. So we'll be trying those. For now we'll have to remove the whole brake caliper and remove the rotor, and then in the other side we'll just remove the brake pads and install the new ones. Let's get started with the hard one, or at least I call it the hard one because we have an extra job to do. It's not just removing the brake pads, that is easy, that you come here, you remove this 12mm bolt, and then the whole caliper is supposed to come up, and then we're going to show a DIY way, or the wrong way but the cheap way in the same time, to get the calipers to open so you can fit the new brake pads and install it back together. But here we'll have to remove these 17mm. Where are they? I can't even show them. Right there, this is the one, and underneath another one, 17mm. Pretty hard to open, but let's see if we will be able to do it. And this will allow us to take the caliper completely off and just slide off the rotor, and then take it today or tomorrow to the machine shop, get it straight and get done with it, because we have one very nice race that's waiting for us, and we might talk about it in the end of this video, or maybe you will just have to wait and see what it is when we race. So I removed the disc, and you know, it looks pretty much okay. You cannot really say something about a disc by just looking at it. This is the inside side, that the brake pad looks fine, normal wear and tear, okay. But what's really interesting is this little thing right here has this wear mark on the edge. And now that's really weird because we have a wear mark here as well, like the piston pushing on it for some reason. And this edge is being grinded as well. So I don't know what's wrong with this little thing, but it was definitely not correctly intact, and that's pretty weird. I will have to check the other side as well, and if you have the same issue, well, that's kind of interesting and at the same time worrisome, but whatever. We took it out. I just installed the caliper back in order to not let it hang and, you know, put stress on the tube, because I don't know, it might even take a whole day till I get someone to work on the disc rotor or brake rotor, whatever. So yeah, let it that way. Let's start working on the other side and most likely swap them now, like the new ones on the other side, and wait till we get this little thing fixed. Remove the other side and it has the same pattern exactly. The inside looks pretty much okay, and the outside has the same sharp edge here that you can see that's not used, and the same mark on this little dot that I don't even know why this little dot exists, and the mark of the piston pushing unevenly here. So that raises some concerns, some thinking. I don't know what's going on here. I will be now removing the new ones that I have here, and I will be checking if they have this little dot on this area, but let's see, and then I will show you a way, or a hard way that's really hard to do it by yourself, to push the piston back, because now the piston on the MR2, on the rear side of the MR2, is not just pressured, so you don't put a used brake pad and then a wooden something and just rip it off and it goes back. No, the piston here needs to be rotated and at the same time pushed. So there is a thing that costs 20-25 euros, I don't even know exactly, that you put it there, you install it, and then you screw it, and at the same time it screws and pushes. But I don't have it, so I will have to do it manually, and manually it hurts, and I don't even know if I will be able to do it this time again, but whatever, let's try. And that's what happens when you work with idiots. They got me the completely opposite thing that I asked for. They got me those things that have nothing to do with MR2 brake pads. They are not compatible, they're really small, they're tiny, they don't have the inserts, they don't have anything. So now I'll have to install the wheels back to begin with, drop the car down, have it like that so nobody steals something off the car, because you never know what can happen, right? And then wait for tomorrow to call them and let them know that they do something stupid, fight with them, because they will never admit that they are wrong. And then after I finish fighting, they will need to order the new ones, and I don't know what I will choose. Maybe Japan parts, because I know those fit and I know that those are right, or I guess they are, and just get them, I guess, and get everything going. Fast forward to day 2. I already talked with the guys that sent me the brake pads, that they are completely wrong, and they did admit it because they saw the codes and they're like, hey, what did we do here? Why did we even give you those? They are not even on the listing of an MR2 Spider. And that was actually confusing. I don't know how the thing ended up being given to me, but yeah, I'm waiting for them to call me, and once they are ready, I will go pick them up, and maybe we can finish it today, maybe we can finish it by tomorrow, and get to see if the car is fixed with if that was actually the problem with the car, because we still don't exactly know if that was the thing that made the noise. Obviously the braking system had a problem, but yeah, I don't know what the noise is about. Maybe it is a disc, maybe it's not. Let's see. There she is, ready to be installed. The guy told me that yeah, there was some damage. They did as much as they could, and it's perfectly straight now. Those are the ones they gave me first, and I've no idea to what car, like, what are they? Are they car brake pads? They look like wow, something very light is supposed to be using them, even though on the box you can see Avensis somewhere. Yeah, Avensis, but yeah, Avensis is heavy. What the hell are those? What the hell are those? Anyways, let's see what they will give us this time. It took us a while, but those are the correct ones, or at least they look better and as they're supposed to. So let's go back, disassemble everything, jack up the car, you know, get the wheels off and start working, because yeah, it's really hot and at the same time it's really windy. So I don't know how this thing will work. Just check the brake pads and they are completely right or similar with the previous ones that we had on the MR2. Now we have to put the car on jack stands again. Let's make it on a fast forward video and let's get started on the repairing part. Now we're getting to the hard part, and the hard part is the one that we have to push this little piston inside. As I told you, there is a thing for that, a device that you install it and it pushes the piston back so the new pads can be installed. Okay, to have clearance, free way to do it is to put a wrench here. Okay, a good wrench, that's a 17 I guess, right? Wait, I cannot even, yeah, that's a 17. So a 17 looks to be doing okay, but not perfectly fine. We just put it right here, and with this side you put a screwdriver inside, and now you're basically pushing with your hand and twisting with the screwdriver in order to get it inside. So let's see if we will be able to do it. Unfortunately, I don't have a second guy to be recording, and I don't have a second guy to be helping me out with this, because if you can get a second guy to hold you the caliper with his hands and then help you to push it, you shall be perfectly fine doing it like that. But now being completely alone means it's twice the difficulty, and let's see if we will be able to do it. It's an actual pain in the ass, but after a billion tries I managed to push it back. The piston is going back really hardly, and be careful, you can damage it a lot. I made a couple scratches on the two teeth that exist in order to grip on the piston, so be careful, and you shouldn't push it way too farther. I thought it would go completely in, but no, there was always a small lip that existed, that it was outside of the liner, but eventually I think everything is fine here. There is some movement because there is no pressure applied. Of course, don't forget to open the brake oil lid. The best way to do it is actually not open the caliper by itself and connect both of the bolts that hold the caliper on top of the axle, and then you have a good grip in order to push it back. But again, it still doesn't give you 100% confidence. So going to the other side now, we'll have to remove the disc. So again, I will remove the caliper from this side as well, remove the disc, bolt it back down, tighten it down so I can have some grip, then push it back as much as I can, and then reinstall everything. You see there is no caliper here, so that makes our life a little bit easier. Other than that, I think it's a pretty straightforward job, and let's wish that after doing that we will have great results. It's always a good idea to put some copper paste on the small ears of the brake pads, and on the pinion, this little bolt right here that holds everything in place. Or is that right? Yeah, that's the one. You can put some silicone paste. Don't mind the bolt. Yeah, I know it's been through a lot, and it's not by today. It's been like 3 years ago when we swapped the rotors for the first time. But yeah, copper paste, and then you have silicone what, grease thank God Alex is sponsoring us and he gave us both of those things we need. So most likely we put a little bit right here on the edge and a little bit here of the copper paste, and I guess we're fine. Let's get started to reinstall things. Well guys, unfortunately there is no happy ending for me, and I would love to share the results with you, but unfortunately everything is still really bent. It's the wheel hub most likely, and we'll have to replace that too. Maybe we'll do it together, maybe not. I'm not sure when I will be working on the wheel hub because it costs a lot and I don't have the time to do that. But besides that, something that I've forgotten to mention is if you do it the DIY way to push the piston inside, make sure that the piston stays exactly straight. There are the two marks that make the little triangular holes. They are supposed to stay vertically, because otherwise this little dot that I've been talking about right here won't really align with it, and the piston will be pushing stupidly like it was before on my car on this little pinion thing. I don't know what that is. It's to align and secure the brake pad in place, I guess. But yeah, if you don't rotate it correctly to the side you're supposed to, the piston will be hitting on the pinion here and you won't be having the maximize. That's why we had the issue with the brake pad, that we had this angle cut. So if you do it the right way, everything will be fine, I guess, and the piston will stay inside the way it's supposed to and push straight on the brake pad. I don't have anything else to say. The sound is gone because now with new brake pads and a new surfaced rotor, the sound is completely gone. So it's somehow a small fix, but sooner or later the sound will come back because the brake pad will get worn, the rotor will get worn, and again these two slides down will be touching and making that annoying noise. But it's not more of the noise problem, but the fact that we have a bent wheel. But you know what, it is what it is. We'll fix it one day. For now we don't care, we're gonna race that way. I wish you will have a happy ending. For me it wasn't, but it's okay, still fine. We made a video. I will see you next time.